evening, everyone. My name is Stephen Gailey. I'm the Chief Clown of the Steel City Clown Brigade. We are still working on ideas for our first clown web show. Actually, this will be our second web show. The first one we did a couple of years ago. We did 3 or 4 of those. But we want to start again and do something interesting. Because the first one wasn't terribly interesting. But we'll leave that alone. Now, we have gone to various sources on the internet asking people's advice on what we should name our show. We've had some very interesting ideas. From the Clown Forum, we've had the Big Shoe Review, which someone made some disparaging comments about drag queens after that one, so I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. We have Knitting with Nancy. We are told that one has already been taken. Well, what can you do? But we still are in need of a show name, because you have to call it something. So if you have any ideas for a name for the show, please comment on this video and say what you think the name should be. In other fronts, we've come up with some things, some regular bits on the show that we've started experimenting with, from a news bit to an advice column to this, that, and the other thing. We're also considering putting cats on the show. You see, looking here. Isn't this a cute cat? Yes. The only problem with the cat bit that we have is the juggling routine, and little guys tend to claw, especially if you're doing a standard 3-cat cascade. Little buggers, when they get up in midair, they tend to claw each other, and occasionally, just once in a while, they do attach themselves to the face of the person who is juggling, which makes it very difficult. Now, I've been fortunate enough, I've yet to have a cat attach itself to my face. If you're in the Pittsburgh area and see someone with lots of little scratches on them, you will know who I'm talking about. But look, aren't they cute? Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. I do want to just show you that we have here at the Steel City Clown Brigade have fostered a very cat-friendly environment, because we want our cats to be happy. Because there's nothing worse than an unhappy cat. I mean, a dog, dog's unhappy, you put him outside. Who really cares what a dog's feeling? But a cat will let you know that they're dissatisfied. Frequently by clawing you in areas that you wish were not clawed in, especially when you're sleeping. But we'll leave that alone. Moving on. Something else which is just a new thing, which is well, it's not a new thing, but it looks as if we're going to get the opportunity to perform at our local children's hospital. We'll do some humor therapy there. Up to this point, we've been working at a rehabilitation institute, and we have done some nursing homes, a little of this, a little of that. Our big problem is that many of the young people in the group were too young, and apparently if you are under a certain age, you are a little germ factory. By the way, young people in our group, I mean that in the most loving possible way, but that is what the volunteer coordinator at UPMC said, is that you're little germ factories. I did not say that. I think you are lovely people, and I don't care about how many germs you make. But, you know, that's just the way life is. We have had a couple of interesting questions that were placed on the YouTube and various other places. Now, incidentally, some of the questions, or some of the things, we don't necessarily post the comments from YouTube if they're terribly inappropriate, and a lot of them we just read. We did have someone ask us if there was a video game, a clown video game. I'm unaware of a clown video game, and they wanted to know if there was a video game about us. There is not a video game about us, because no one wants to play that game. But, you know, hey, that's the way it is. We do want to make mention that we have decided, because it has been a long time coming, And I am frankly shocked and aghast that this has not happened yet. But there is someone in American history that has not been appreciated nearly as much as he should have been. And I don't know why. He was a great American, did many wonderful things for this country, but for some reason, we don't appreciate him like we should. Well, the Steel City Clown Brigade is taking it upon itself to organize a parade that will be, I believe, what is the parade going to be there? The parade, see, we wrote stuff down here, so we made sure that we hit everything that was important. The parade will be on the 3rd of August, and there will be balloons, there will be fun for the kids. We are looking into cake. I'm expecting that there will be cake involved somewhere. We have to find a place to consume the cake. So if you have a place that would allow the consumption of a cake on the south side of Pittsburgh, this is where we're going to hold this parade. Please let us know. Once again, you can comment wherever you've seen this video. But we will be holding a Richard Milhous Nixon Appreciation Day Parade on the 3rd of August. We have not quite decided on the time. It is a Saturday. It will probably be in the evening, maybe late afternoon. But we will be parading down the streets of the south side. Actually, we'll only be going down one street. We'll be going down Carson Street. And then in the great Bull Seal tradition of the Ides of March March, we will be parading down to 20th or 22nd Street, turning around and coming back, where we will then, when we have returned, consume the aforementioned cake. But during this time, we will be driving, whatever you do with the float, very small floats, because we are a very small group. And we will have costume characters, clowns. We have even invited a mime troupe. Richard Milhous Nixon was such a great American that we clowns are willing to work with mimes because he was just so wonderful. And in his great example of opening China to trade, we want to show a sort of détente between us and our silent, much more obnoxious brethren who are typically French. But that's beside the point. And I'm not sure that the fact that mimes are frequently French have anything to do with anything. And no, you may not drink my tea, cat. We do love the cats, but the cats have to drink out of their own vessels. I don't like people drinking out of my teacup. Yes, you're right, it is a coffee mug, but I'm drinking tea out of it because, like Sandra, I have a great affinity for the British. Hello. Hi, Sandra. How you doing? How's Harry Styles? You all doing okay over there? Well, that's good. I hear they're going to be performing at Wembley soon. So maybe that'll be entertaining. But we'll leave that alone. Oh, yes. My producer has suggested it. By the way, Sam Kislenicki's behind the camera. There he is. She. Dagnabbit. Moving on. You all have a good evening, and I thank you for tuning in. And if you found this at all offensive, I don't really care. Godspeed. We love you. Keep smiling.